What's good, family? It's your man the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Shed for coming through and boosting up the coin, no doubt about it. So, as you've seen by the title, Conor Benn, aka Conor Juice, has finally spoken out and officially broken his silence in a leaked interview directly with the YB 100%. So, Benn, I'm no villain. Do I look like an idiot? Well, since you're asking, Google this substance. It stays in your body for months, says tearful Conor Benn after A1 dope scandal. Wow. Conor Benn wiped away his fake tears as he launched a fight to rescue his battered reputation. His battered juice-putation. The 26-year-old juicerweight, the son of British legend Nigel Benn, is battling to save his career after his bout with Chris Eubank Jr. was dramatically called off earlier this month. Oh, come on. Stop it. Don't tell me they put in fake pictures with no tears in. I can't do this, people. Sorry. The video's got to end here. I can't do this. I can't do it. Oh, and what gets me the most, is the fact that, guess what? Eddie Hearn's been wheeled out. Every time. Oh, I've had Conor Benn in my office in tears. I've had Conor Benn in... And it's not... Listen, I'm not someone who just wants to be a hater here, but listen. When I get the feeling someone's trying to push a narrative, it pisses me off. Yeah, every single interview. He doesn't say, yeah, Conor Benn's been in my office and it's down bad. No, Conor Benn's in my office in tears. You know what I mean? Like adding that bit on extra. And now, fair enough, listen. If they put a picture of Conor Benn with tears coming down his face, fair enough. But don't tell me he's in tears and the best photo you can do is one. I mean, how many times have we seen these documentaries, yeah, of these kind of like people who do crimes and it's just bait. They're not crying. It's bait. They're not upset at any level. And you don't see no tears. Where the tears? Since I didn't say he's in tears. Since Eddie Hearn, since the son said he's in tears, where the picture? Again, since you're going to put a picture on there, where is it? In fact, let me do my... Let me make sure I'm being judicious right now. Let's check all the pics. Oh, no, it gets worse. So listen. Wait a minute. Tearful Conor Benn insisted he did not knowingly get juiced off his Nelly. Yeah? Again, it weren't me who said he's in tears. It weren't you who said he's in tears. These clowns said he's in tears. So, okay, he's in tears. Let's see, surely, since they've... Listen, it's not just one occasion. Eddie Hearn, at every opportunity. Oh, he been in my office, he in tears. The son now, on multiple occasions. Within the first little paragraph, there's about 6... Oh, he's in tears. Feel sorry for him. Okay, so of the pictures, and let's not forget people, yeah, the media. I'm part of the... I'm not part of the media, but you know what I'm saying? I kind of do a little knock-off job. Yeah. And guess what? The best picture you can get are someone looking angry or someone with tears streaming down their face. So let's not make out the son, yeah, would have had a bunch of pictures with Conor Benn actually breaking down, and they've just chosen to go with these ones. These will be the most triggering photos they could find. And guess what? There's not a lick of tears in that one. No tears whatsoever. It's right there, no tears. Okay. Fake holding your face, pretending you're crying. No tears. And finally, no tears. Again, let's not forget, these will be the most provocative photos. Newspapers and media guys don't put in the pictures that are the least provocative. And for someone who's so distraught, yeah, these pictures are mid at worst. These are mid. Yeah? It's embarrassing. I'm actually embarrassed. And I'm sorry, but it's one thing spreading a narrative, if it's true. It's another thing when you're creating a fake narrative. Oh, he's in tears and all this kind of shit. Where are the pictures? Where are they? Just show us where they are. And I'm pretty sure one of the first... Listen, if you're creating a campaign of fake news, then that's when you just write things down. But one of the key principles within journalism is good journalism. You don't need to say what's happening. You show what's happening. Yeah? Guess what? If we all saw a bunch of pictures with Conor Benn, you know what I'm saying, properly going through it, we wouldn't need a whole bunch of psyop. In fact, let me just show you the psyop. So let's count the number of psyops here. I told you already. Here's one. Here's one. Yeah, tearful Ben, yeah? There's one. Let's count how many in the first few paragraphs. We've got one already, yeah? There's two. Tearful. Conor Benn wiped away tears. There's three. There's four. And there's four. So listen, there's about 50 words. Within 50 words, you've got 4 examples of them gassing up the tears. Anyway, now I've got that fake news part of the way. Let's move on to the next bit. Trace amounts of female fertility juice, clomiphene, were found in his urine from a voluntary anti-doping agency test. These guys waffling. Let's get to the quotes, man. I ain't trying to hear you waffling, man. Get to the quotes. Okay, now piss me off. Speaking to Sun Sport in his speaking to the YB in his first big interview since the PD storm erupted, Ben promised he will not abuse a loophole and compete on a rival license or in another country until the case against him is closed. Wait a minute, that's a bit of a contradiction itself. Oh yeah, I won't. Wait a minute. What if the case closes against you? What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful of these cats, man. They think they're smart. Oh yeah, Conor Benn's come out. He's promised, even though he's dropped his license, he ain't gonna compete until the case is closed. My name's Conor Benn. I'm not competing until the case is closed. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of one he's on. I'm not gonna compete. Don't worry, people. Until the case. You know what I mean? It's T's and C's. That's the feeling I get here. I get the feeling these guys are trying to play the T's and C's game on the low IQ masses. And listen, most of you mans out there are low IQ. Most of you mans, oh yeah, YB, look. He said that he ain't going to do it until the case is closed. No, in fact, you wouldn't even mention that part. Yeah, YB, look, no, YB, you're lying. He ain't going to compete. He wasn't being weird by dropping his license. Oops. Yeah, so wait a minute. Once the case closed, or once the case closes because they can't do nothing with you because you've got rid of your license, you'll then be free to do what you want, won't you? Clown. Anyway, he said, I wouldn't want to fight without this being resolved. Yeah, there you go. But should I really care about playing the system? I do. So I wouldn't. This guy talking in riddles. I'm sorry, yeah. Listen, Con, let me tell you something now, yeah. Of all the things you may want to be doing now, doing riddles to the public ain't one of them. But should I really care about playing the system? I do. So I wouldn't. What the fuck? What even is that? Where they find this guy at? Yeah? But part of me thinks if people are portraying me to be juiced off my Nelly, I might as well be the villain. I haven't really decided yet. And again, this is all convenient verbiage, yeah? Because it's kind of like, well, I'm guilty of sin, so I might as well. It's like double tricking people or triple tricking people. I'm not supposed to be juiced. Or sorry, I'm juiced off my Nelly. But let me play victim and then spin that. I'm definitely clean, even though I'm rotten dirty. But I'm going to pretend I'm clean. And then, what would a clean man say? A clean man would say, I've been done so wrong. I've been seen as a villain. So I'm going to be... It's all this waffle, man, bottom line. And I'm sorry, yeah. All this waffling. All this trying to be smart ass. It just tells me that is some level guilty. I'm sorry. Because you don't prove innocence by doing things like, dropping your belt and then saying, oh well, I've dropped my belt, which makes me look stinking guilty. Essentially, Conor Benn's blaming the public. I've dropped my belt. I've chosen to drop my belt in reaction to popping. And now the public think I'm guilty of sin. So because you think I'm guilty of sin, I may as well now act guilty of sin and go off and fight in the US on a different license. No, what you mean to say is you're guilty, you got caught slipping, and now you're trying to find a convenient excuse and blame everyone else but yourself. That's the bottom line here. It's your fault. You've called me out. That's basically what he's saying. He's blaming everyone else for being caught. Oh, you've caught me out and you're trying to make me a villain, so I'll be a villain. No, that's not how it works, mate. Yeah, you've been caught, juiced off your aunts, and now you must live with the consequences. Because for all this kind of grandstanding you've been doing, you ain't give us no facts yet. You keep talking about innocent. Yeah, you keep talking about how you're part of the Brentford 2 with Eddie Hearn. Conor Benn keeps professing his innocence. He keeps professing he's been wrongly convicted. Yeah. Eddie Hearn and Conor Benn, part of the Brentwood 2, claiming their innocence. Innocent! Innocent! As they walk into the prison van. That's what they'd be saying. I've seen the videos. We've all seen the videos of Eddie Hearn and Conor Benn walking onto the prison van screaming innocent. Innocent! Yeah, Brentwood 2, 100%. But doing that and not giving no receipts, good for nothing. We can all sit here and play that game. Who can't do that? In prison, everyone in there, or 90% of people, say they're innocent. Everyone can do that. What everyone can't do is bring the facts. And every time people ask your team for facts, legal things. What? Wait a minute, if it's legal things, why is it Conor Benn don't stop himself from mentioning this waffle? But any real facts, legal, can't say anything. What? If it's legal, can't say nothing, why are you here waffling about, I'm the villain and I'm going to be the villain? What? Yeah? Why don't you sit your ass down and say, listen, I'm not going to talk about how I should become a villain because it's legal reasons. Give us, Connor, save the legal reasons for this waffle here, yeah? And give us the facts. How about that? Yeah? It's no good protecting all the good information, allegedly, under legal bullshit, but then you're happy to waffle about becoming the villain. Why don't you save that? Yeah? Why don't you legally protect the waffle about being a villain? That's what you should be doing, 100%. I won't fight until this is resolved, with a foreign licence or not. Again, that is completely meaningless, because once you've dropped your licence, from what I understand, once you drop your licence, almost all the investigation stops anyway. That's what the BBBOC said the other day. The BBBOC said he's dropped his licence, and therefore it's pretty much the end of the process. That's what they said in their statement. Conor Benn Conor Benn sent his team to turn up to the hearing and drop his licence, at which point there's no more case to be heard. Because they don't have any jurisdiction as such over Conor Benn. If you're no longer a licence holder, what power do they have? Oops. And that's what Conor Benn's doing here, trying to confuse everyone. Oh yeah, wait till it's resolved. It's already been resolved. Whether people believe it or not, it's not down to me. But there comes a stage where you harden and think, F you then. See what I mean? It's all about, and this what doesn't look good from someone. Conor Benn's coming. I did a video the other day, or a few months ago, exposing Conor Benn's narcissistic rage against his missus. It was super cringy. He was just exploding on his missus. His missus, was trying to have a giggle in an interview with Coogan. And Conor Benn was all uptight, taking it personally. So you can just imagine how he is now. And I've heard some claims, but potentially, because of the trace amounts, I was the first one to leak this. Potentially, how Conor Benn has obtained this substance is because he's been eating the cooch. That's what I've heard. I've heard Conor Benn, he's a demon in... Yeah, I'm saying. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Conor Benn is a demon in the sheets. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing Conor Benn, he tear that paint up. Yeah, he got hard in the paint, 100%. I've been hearing Conor Benn, Conor Benn is what the females call a monster muncher. Yeah, it does. I'm just saying what it is. That's what I've heard. I've heard Conor Benn, he a demon monster muncher, and that's what it is. Yeah, he was doing way too much monster munching, and it's one of them ones. By diffusion, by osmosis, yeah, he osmotically absorbed the clomiphene from eating too much cooch. That's what I've heard. So, what can you say? Yeah? And that's what to be fair to Conor Benn, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. I'm getting the vibe. Conor Benn's kind of like, F you. Yeah, I eat cooch. And, yeah? Conor Benn's essentially saying, listen, I'm a demon in the sheets. Listen, my name's Conor Benn. I'm a demon in the sheets. Yeah? I'll tear that cooch up. 100%. That's what he says. Yeah? I'm a demon in the sheets. I'm a monster muncher. And if you don't like it, yeah, then it is what it is. I eat cooch. Oops. That's what I'm hearing. Conor Benn and his team, they're printing t-shirts now. I eat cooch. That's it. Yeah, Conor Benn trying to go down the whole kind of rainbow flag thing. Oh, I'm an advocate for eating cooch. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Conor Benn now and his team trying to spin this onto some rainbow flag thing. Yeah, well, just because I eat cooch and I'm a real man and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, Conor Benn, right now, you're going to start campaigning why it's good for men to eat the cooch, 100%. Yeah, I got caught, but listen, what can I say? Yeah, nothing more, nothing less than I am a monster muncher. I stay munching. That's what it is. And who can really knock him for that? But anyway, I've given you man some insights now into what Conor Benn's likely going to come with. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to get to there. Oh, so he's basically saying, I'm getting to the stage where I feel like telling everyone to F off. I don't want to get there, but I also don't want to keep getting hurt by this. It's horrible dealing with this at 26. Oh my god. After working oh my god, this guy is so gassed, yeah? When Conor Benn was on top, after essentially riding his daddy's name, yeah? He would say, oh, I'm a 21-year-old self-made millionaire. Yeah? And listen, all of us bums had to suck it up, didn't we? That's what I'll call it what it is. All of us bum-dons in the basement had to sit there and suck it. Oh, I'm a 21-year-old millionaire, self-made, and everyone need to get their money up, and you know we've all got the same 24 hours in a day, and that's what the kind of bars we was hearing. They're the kind of bars all of us bum basement dons had to listen to. And that's what it is. You can't argue with that. My name Conor Benn, I'm daddy's boy, and listen, my name Conor Benn, I'm a 21-year-old daddy's boy, self-made millionaire. Yeah, that's what he was given, and now he's down bad. We get it's horrible dealing with this. Wait a minute. What do you mean it's horrible? A minute ago he was 21-year-old daddy's boy millionaire. So, do you know what I'm saying? Let's be consistent here. But it's horrible. You was loving it 2 weeks ago. Yeah? You was gassed up about how in control you was and how alpha you was. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're going to give it, listen, if you're out there, yeah, on the internet, giving it the whole, I'm an alpha male, I'm a high value man, and, yeah? Oh, I'm a 21-year-old self-made, all that kind of shit, yeah? Then hold it, innit? Hold the L. Don't be backtracking now, because before you was using your age to stunt on everyone else. What? You're 21, don't have a Rolls yet. What's that? You're 25-year-old and you ain't got your own $1 million gaff in Essex, Brentwood, or wherever that place is. Swanky place. That's the kind of bars he was given, which is fine to do, but don't now backtrack. Oh, well, it was cool for me to brag about being a young, self-made, alpha, high-value, 21-year-old self-made high-value alpha male, yeah? But now, you're trying to spin that, oh, I'm only 26. Oh, I'm only 26, so, you know, it's horrible at 26, someone at my age. Nah, don't work like that. Be consistent. Yeah, if you're big dog, yeah, if you're big dog alpha male, be big dog alpha male. Don't be trying to switch and change, clown. Yeah? Oh, shit. Let's go to the next part. Oh, fuck off. Apologies, people. This is a bit of a lag one, yeah? Obviously, having some operational issues right now, 100% confirmed. Here we go. I wonder if I can ever fight again right now. But I cannot let them win. I could get fit enough. I could just compartmentalize, switch off, and focus on the training. But I didn't want to be the villain, because I am innocent, because I am part of the wrongly convicted Brentwood 2. Yeah, me and Eddie Hearn, innocent! Yeah, me and Eddie Hearn at the Brentford 2, 100%. I just want my innocence to be proven. I don't care about the board. I bet you don't now. Well, you wouldn't, would you? Yeah, if you're stinking rotten, you wouldn't care about the board, would you? I could fight in another country in February. Wow. I'm sorry, people. Yeah, this ain't good. Because it's one thing saying, I could fight. My man's out here throwing dates about. Oh, I could fight in Morocco on February 27th against a bum. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I could fight in Morocco on June 27th. Against Paul Williams. What the fuck? This guy coming out and dropping all the... Why be what are you talking about? What's this got to do with anything? This is relevant because if he's putting dates out there, it tells me they've been having conversations. Oh, I could fight in another country in February, could you? We didn't know that. Let's be real now. How many people here knew that he could fight someone in February? I didn't. Most of you, all of you didn't either. So how does he know that? Exactly. And that tells you the true, what's really been going on here. Because for someone who's innocent, you wouldn't be thinking about what you could do in the future. You'd be thinking, I'll get clear and I'll carry on doing what I'm doing. In the UK. Yeah? He ain't saying that. He's saying, I can do what I want. I've got advice. I've got things in place for February. And essentially, Conor Benn's introducing the idea of that. Oh, people, I could fight in February. No, listen, no one until this quote here thought he could fight in February in another country. Yeah, we kind of speculated, or maybe he can. We didn't know that. So the question is, why does he know that? Why has he been telling his team to investigate our other options? Now, to be fair, that is your team's kind of job, you know. But still, from his point of view, he shouldn't be out here saying, I could fight in another country. Your sole concern should be with, if you're innocent, proving that. And so far, I'm sorry, but so far, it's been really poor. Really poor. We've seen nothing. We've heard waffle. We've heard about contaminated eggs. That's waffle. And that worries me because, now it could be two things. It could be the fact we haven't heard no specifics because Conor Benn is innocent and Conor Benn doesn't know the source. Equally, it could be we haven't, or we've heard waffle. People trying to make things stick for that exact reason. Oh, it's the eggs. Oh, I've been eating too much cooch. Yeah, you just don't know. So again, it could be the fact that he doesn't know and he's just guessing. Well, yeah, I did eat a bit of cooch that day, and I was a demon in the sheets, and yeah, I was monster munching that day. You know what I'm saying? Could be that one, or it could be it's desperate and just trying to make anything stick. Oh, it's the eggs. Oh, it's the fact I was monster munching my missus. Yeah? You just don't know. I could fight in another country in February, but I don't want to do that because it looks like I am running away. I hope this is well cleared up by them. It baffles me, I don't know if this is a battle I can win. So then, I think about just playing the villain. I don't even need to talk about this part, but you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, this whole interview is setting a narrative. Number one, I can fight somewhere else. Number two, I'll be the villain. This here is conditioning people to get used to the idea. What I'm reading from this is Conor Benn basically saying, I'm going to fight in another country and I'm going to be the villain. Get used to it. Which, to be honest with you, as far as boxing goes, boxing really don't have no class like that. Not that I want it to. I'm glad, to be quite honest with you. I don't really care in that sense. So, I'm not someone who's going to sit here and try and make out I'm so high and mighty. But still, people, villainous people like Conor Benn who have a bit of clout, it will work for him. Probably even his pay-per-view numbers will do even better now, I'd have thought, because of the clout. And people will be paying to watch him hopefully lose, for example. Or they'll be paying to watch the freak show. Ooh, I wonder how juiced off his barnet he is today, kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you best believe, yeah, if he's been juicing in the UK with Dr. Al-Shabaab, if Dr. Al-Shabaab has been patterning him up with the A1 juice, yeah, then you best believe when he goes to another licensed jurisdiction, when he goes to Morocco, for example, you know, Morocco, all due respect, they ain't doing no testing over there. Yeah, when Conor Benn gets a Morocco license, they ain't going to be doing no testing. So Conor Benn will be he'll be like a transformer. Yeah, he'll be looking like some next Anunnaki cat, 100%. All of a sudden you see Conor Benn, what's that? Conor Benn fighting at light heavyweight, what the fuck? 100%. That's what I'm telling you, that's what's coming next. If Conor Benn gets a Morocco license, you'll see him campaigning at 175. Just wham. You know what I'm saying? 100%. That's what I'm telling you. What's coming next? I can see it. It baffles me that people think I have cheated after seeing me on TV for so long. What I am like with my team, my family, my dad. Am I a serial liar? Listen, we've seen Jimmy Savile. I know it's not the same thing, but the point is, we've all seen Jimmy Savile on the TV for 50 years. And most people, in fact, 99% of people didn't know anything, so that don't mean nothing. Yeah? He has even researched clomiphene and discovered it is being used to boost egg production in chickens, he said. I was informed of the first fail and thought it's probably a faulty test. I thought we'll get to the bottom of it. We're still trying to do that. We're making progress. But the way it's been blown up has affected me so much. My innocence will be proven. It has to be. I passed all my UCAD tests, which people aren't talking about. I've passed all my tests in and out of my camp. I've been a professional for 7 years and never been caught juiced off my Nelly. I signed up to VADA in February, so it doesn't make any sense. Why would I take something then? What? Did he fail something in February as well? Wow. In before another leak. Conor Benn leaking some more information exclusively to the YB. Now, what have I been saying since the jump? I've been saying, Conor Benn, I passed all my UCAD tests. Listen, Conor, I told you, I tried to pass you the game a month ago. I said, listen, put out a timeline which expresses and outlines the contradictions. Yeah? VADA was positive on September 10th. I had a UCAD clean test on September 9th, and they both test for the same chemical. Here's the test results. Oops. Yeah, that kind of shit. That's what your team should have been on immediately. Instead, all we've got is, passed all my UCAD. It don't mean nothing. Because I've passed all my UCAD tests. The UCAD test could have been a month before or after, which gives it a lot less weight, obviously. Now, if you've got UCAD tests which are in the same week, then that's A1 evidence. But we ain't seen nothing. In fact, you haven't even given us the dates. You haven't even said, yeah, this test that was dodgy on the 13th was fake news. Because look, I had one on the 10th with UCAD and it tested for clomiphene and it was negative. We ain't heard nothing like that from your team. Your $1 million team hasn't even covered the basics. And my only speculation for the reason why they haven't is because there ain't none. I think it's possible, or likely now. Well, either Conor Benn's $1 million team is incompetent, or it's like, well, he passed one, or the VADA fail was the 13th of September, and he had a clean UCAD one on the 13th of August. That's what it's implying to me. Because there's no benefit to keep it there's no benefit keeping it vague, unless the dates don't really support you that much. If specificity, was beneficial, we'd be hearing about all the specific information. It seems to be that keeping it vague is benefiting Conor Benn, which implies the dates are miles apart. Anyway, trace amounts were found. The tiniest of traces. The only thing I can think of is contamination. I've not taken anything. I never have done. Never would. It's not what I stand for. It's not what my team stands for. Why would I take the biggest fight of my life, sign up to VADA, and then take this substance? If you Google this substance, it stays in your system for months. Do I look like an idiot? Now, this defense, up until 2019, this defense is something I actually often used. Yeah? Until Jarrell Miller popped, I would often say, there's no way this guy can be guilty of popping because he was in a big fight and he knew he was being tested. That whole logical argument was invalidated by Jerome Miller. Jerome Miller knew he was being VADA tested. He failed a test and then took even more after it. Yeah? Jerome Miller was caught with everything in the book. Pure testosterone, pure EPO. You don't get any worse than testosterone and EPO. They're the ones you know they're gonna find. Fair enough, yeah. If you've gone to China, or if you spoke to some UFO Anunnaki don, yeah, and he tells you, listen, we got the pattern, we got the A1 thing here, yeah, we got the genetically modified thing. They can't find this one. That's different, because you can't like, well, I may never know. You never know. You might have got the A1, yeah. If the Anunnaki aliens have come down and niced you, then you wouldn't. It's worth a punt. That's me personally. Yeah, if some interdimensional Anunnaki comes to me and says, listen, YB, look, take this potion, you're going to be nice, I'm going to think, boom, it's worth a punt. Yeah, because if it's interdimensional Anunnaki don't tell me it's A1, it's worth a punt. Now, if you're taking testosterone, that's the first thing, that's been around since the 60s, or the 40s, or whatever it was, yeah? It's the most bait thing you can take. EPO's number 2. My man caught with EPO, my man caught with testosterone. Clown. So, I'm sorry. It's not about looking like an idiot. We know fighters have huge egos, and if they feel vulnerable, like Jerome Miller, yeah, all Jerome Miller had to do was turn up and lose for $10 million. $10 million just to turn up and lose. In a fight, he was going to be a 5-1 underdog in any way. Do you understand? Really, there was no pressure. And in fact, ironically, that night ended up being the end of AJ's career. And for all we know, Jerome Miller would have beat him as well, to be honest with you. Instead, he couldn't help himself, ended up losing his wife and his family. And arguably rightfully so, to be honest. If I've got a partner, yeah, and they've got a $10 million bag just to turn up, and they blow it. Listen, Jerome Miller, yeah, he could have been clean for that fight, lost or won, and then quit the sport and juiced out of his mind for the rest of his days. With generational wealth in his bank, with 10 mil, yeah, you can put your money in a pretty much risk-free account and make 50 grand a month in just bottom line interest. Wow. 40 grand a month, 50 grand a month in bottom line interest. That's you all day off 10 mil. And this guy couldn't help himself. So yeah, unfortunately the whole I'm not an idiot thing don't wash anymore. He added, the traces were so low, there was no benefit. The science will prove that. I've got the best scientist dons on this. And I am now spending a lot of coins trying to prove my innocence here. A lot of coins. You are talking about me really trying to prove my innocence and get to the bottom of what has happened here. I don't want to run away from this or hide. I shouldn't need to. I shouldn't need to revoke my license. They forced me into this corner. My innocence matters to me. It hurts. It's hard for me to explain what kind of pain this is. So, it's finished waffling. I won't spend no more time. You've heard the analysis. Smash the like button, subscribe, and your boy will be back 100%.